everyone, it's Nicole Anderson here from PHA Guildford in Surrey Hills. Today's a really special interview. In fact, we have two interviews today, and I think for the audience this is going to be very insightful. We have two wonderful practitioners as part of our group, our hub, who come from very long careers in public health. And I think for many of those sitting within either the NHS or public health who are looking at the future, who are frustrated, who know that there's something that they want to do beyond what they've done for the last X number of years, I think this interview is going to be very insightful. So I'm joined today by Kathy. Hi, Kathy.
Hi, Nicole. Nice to be here.
Yeah, brilliant. Isn't it beautiful?
It is beautiful. Hot,
Yeah.
hot.
Such a hot day. So Kathy, tell us a little bit about yourself. I mean, you've got an extraordinary story, really, right from childhood. And I think, without sounding like this is a couch session, I think your childhood transition has really made you who you are, and I think your calling is really coming to the fore now.
Absolutely, yeah, Nicole. Since I was a little girl, I've come from a very long line of psychic mediums and trance mediums, and I've always been that since I was little. So that is very much who I am in the core of myself. And as the years have gone by, I've helped a lot of people psychically with their lives and generally helping them know what's ahead and try and make them feel better about themselves as well. So I have been very much in that world since I was a little girl. I had my own business in Scotland for many years. I'm a Reiki master, Indian head massage therapist, all sorts of complementary spiritual healing, which is very, very much part of myself now. I am also, and have been, in the NHS for, I've been qualified about 32 years now, and I've been in the NHS for 35. So I have a lot of experience on that side of things as well, the diabetes specialist nurse, and that's very much my role at the moment as a nurse. But because of who I am, really, I always felt that there was something else. There was something far, far bigger, and something that I felt I needed to be part of. And my spiritual side has just ramped up so much in the last couple of years. And being awake to everything in the last 5 to 6 years, it's just all been put together for me by a puzzle, like a puzzle, really.
So interesting that, I think a lot of the interviews we're doing reflect back, obviously, on the last 2 years as this watershed moment, but that's not necessarily the case for you.
No.
What it's done, though, I think what I'm hearing is it's actually accelerated the momentum to kind of break out.
Absolutely. As a person, I was always quite a sort of a rebel and a strong personality anyway, but I knew where I was meant to be at the time, and I've always worked very hard where I am. But having to go through working in the NHS during the times of the vaxxers and stuff, being one of few, perhaps in Guildford and Waverley, that didn't take the vax.
Right.
And then having to go through the trauma of being ousted at work, etc., was exceptionally hard, and it affected my family and my children as well. But relationships, that's just how it goes. If you know where you're going, and I certainly do now, I am such strong, I will just do anything to make all of this work, and the PHA is a fantastic opportunity to start something fresh.
Yes.
Where we're all very, very similar. We're all brothers and sisters. That's what we are. That's where we came to this plane. And there are souls lined up in the spirit world who want to be here instead of us. That's how exciting it is.
It is.
It is very, very hard work, and it can be very scary. But we have nothing to fear, because it's done. We've just got to do the work down here. Absolutely.
Well, absolutely. We've won. We've already won, and we've said that many, many times. I think the momentum is such that it's evident. It's evident that the time is now. And again, what the People's Health Alliance is, for those who don't know, is a very young organisation, just 2 and a bit months old.
Yeah.
It is now UK-wide. Its philosophy and approach is actually being adopted, if I can put it that way, internationally as well. So we've got a number of other countries looking at the PHA model, which means, something. It means that there's a massive demand, and it can't all be, I think what I'm seeing, because I'm not a practitioner, but I've always been interested in health and looking at nature as my guide, whatever that is, physical or metaphysical.
Absolutely. I think we need to really look back at the basics of how medicine came about, right way back. We've got a lot of homeopathy people on board. We have got such a wide, diverse lot of people in the PHA now, and it has accelerated, like you say, so much. The excitement of it all is just overwhelming, and it never has a comment been, we're in the right place at the right time, been so true.
Yeah.
Every week something else seems to happen. I know for sure that there is divine intervention in that. Definitely.
Well, talk about divine intervention, because I feel kind of privileged, because I said to Kathy, when you have a download, just ping me on Telegram. So I have these frequent little pings, and it's like having my own psychic saying, okay, we need to be prepared. We need to, to consider that. So today we're actually looking at a location for our physical, spot. So essentially our center. And we're on the search as we speak. So, you helping with that. But tell us a little bit, without getting, I know it's sensitive, but tell us a little bit about some of the downloads that are guiding you that I think the audience would be really interested in.
To be perfectly honest, I'm not getting a lot of sleep at the moment, but that's okay. That's the privilege of living. But I think, when a lot of mediums and a lot of spiritual healers will know that perhaps we have such busy lives that they will find a space when they can get to you.
Yeah.
And that is in sleep for me, or not, as it is.
Yes.
So I always have a pad of paper next to my bed, and I frequently get stuff. And I think it was that not long ago when I sent you a message about the vision I'd seen about the property that we're going to have.
Yes.
And it's still very much in my mind. So I get it from our divine maker. It is straight tapped through.
Amazing.
And for me, that's it's such. There are no words that can actually explain what an honor that is. When I was doing readings, when I was, a few years ago, I was working very much with spirits and people's relatives and things. But now that's changed. I have moved so much forward. It's kind of, oh my gosh, it's like it's fast motion. And everybody's rushing around me, and I'm standing still. So I think it's trying to sort of get into that zone and try and sort of slow it down to my pace, because we work at very different paces from the spirit world, and all of us down here, time is different.
Sure.
There is no time in the spirit world.
Absolutely.
So I think it's very different. I think they obviously think it's time for me to bring it on a little bit stronger, the messages I get, so I can pull it back and make more out of it. But they are coming, and I know that, this was meant to be, this was meant to happen. And that answered my question many years ago, why am I here? I know why I'm here. We all know.
Absolutely.
And we were all meant to meet.
Yeah. And obviously, we're very gifted because we live in a part of the country which has so much to offer, both in human resource and natural resource. And so the Farmers Alliance that the PHA is forming is super important, because the lock-in of those that work the land and provide for us and ourselves using what nature has intended always to heal. It's a perfect partnership. So fantastic. So Kathy, for those people that perhaps are in service, right? And perhaps thinking about joining the PHA, what kind of call to action message would you like to leave with them, impart with them? Because we need people of all shapes and sizes. So from your vantage point, what would you like to see? What would you like, to kind of draw to the PHA?
I already have my spiritual side, and there's plenty of us who are healers, so that is me anyway. But from a professional side, there are so many of us that are amazing. All have different backgrounds: paramedics, nurses, doctors, and there still are loads of them already.
Yes.
But we are going to need that team of people.
Yes.
Because things aren't looking too rosy as time goes on.
No.
It really isn't, and I know that from above as well, that we really have to kind of move now and get everybody of all backgrounds
Yeah.
in to help us.
Yeah.
Because really we are starting afresh, but we're starting in a way that is natural. It's the way that functional medicine and alternative therapies, complementary therapies, we can all work together as one huge team. But we need the manpower. And I've switched across, and I know there are a lot of people. If you have a feeling like a fire in your belly, that you think actually there's something more, please come across and join us. We are needed desperately.
Absolutely. Well, Kathy said it. I couldn't agree more. We need all kinds of skills, all kinds of resources. We're just getting started, and it's for everyone, right? I mean, health is everyone's major primary, deserving right, first of all. But we all need it for our future and for our children's future. Kathy, thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah, lovely
Good
to
to
be with
speak.
you on this beautiful day.
It really
And
is.
yeah, we'll definitely connect soon.
Thanks very much, Nicole.